This may come as a surprise, but Hogwarts Legacy is amazing. I've only put 13 hours into it so far, and I'm currently sitting at level 22. But I can confidently say I want so much more. I want to keep playing and not stop.
Oh, nice death slide. Oh, isn't that pretty?
But will that feeling last, or am I just in a honeymoon phase? How many games have we all started playing that were amazing, but then just lost their touch? Do we think this could be one of those games, or is it going to be top tier from start to finish? And before we get started, if you guys could do me a favor and tap that subscribe button.
All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in now.
I'd very much appreciate it. Now let's take a look at the details and dive in. Just a fair warning in case anyone wants no surprises when they play. There may be a few minor spoilers in this video of how things work, but nothing major about the story. So you guys ready for some Harry Potter memes?
You're a wizard.
Just kidding.
She turned me into a newt! I got better.
Some may think this is franchise hype and blurring the lines between what's good and bad, but let's start from the beginning. You get to create your character with some pretty good character creation options. Now it's nothing to write home about, but it gets the job done. You get tossed into the world of Hogwarts as a 5th-year student after receiving an acceptance letter, or invitation rather, from Hogwarts to join late. A strange occurrence, but you have the unique ability to sense ancient magic, and later learn how to manipulate it. The story really starts out with a bang, tossing you directly into the action and pure mystery, and this is all before you even make it into Hogwarts. There's an evil goblin uprising who knows about this ancient magic and wants to take control of it for themselves, and you just ain't letting that happen. It's very apparent right off the bat when you get into Hogwarts that Hogwarts Legacy absolutely nails the feeling of discovery and mystery. It's incredibly impressive the amount of detail they've put into the school itself, not only with hundreds of things to explore and solve, but the actual detail in the school as well. You'll find yourself looking around and seeing what each room contains because this game is a labor of love. Now I know I should be farther into the story, but I found myself getting lost on purpose within the walls of Hogwarts. Every area is unique, and the areas blend into each other seamlessly, but it still feels like a maze in a good way. On top of that, the amount of content that you can do within the school feels robust, and there's always something to do no matter what hall or room you're in. Whether it's solving a puzzle, discovering lore, or taking part in a side quest. It feels like an endless treasure hunt, with a large selection of collectible gear to boot, and I'm loving every second of it.
Open those gates so I may unlock your secrets and exploit your riches.
Plus, I've seen other collection opportunities that I haven't had the spells to solve yet, so who knows how much there is to be experienced. They really put your large arsenal of spells to use with these secrets. It's not just your classic brainbuster puzzles, you have to think like a wizard in some cases, and use certain spells to complete different challenges. From sneaking around with Disillusion to opening unsuspected watchful eye chests, using Lumos to discover secret paintings, pulling and flying books with Accio, and a lot more. These activities are actually a main way to level your character, so collecting the knowledge of Hogwarts is quite literally making you more powerful. This is a super cool immersive way to level up. Speaking of leveling up, the main storyline plays a larger role than just experiencing the story. There are a few very key features that are locked behind main story progression. For example, the talent tree. You could level up pretty high before you could even spend talent points. This is the only thing that bugged me just a little bit, but it's really not even that big of a deal, honestly. I didn't even know that I was missing out on something as large as the talent tree by not taking on the main storyline fast enough. Maybe an in-game hint at some point recommending players to progress further into the main storyline to unlock important features wouldn't be a bad addition, because I know I'm not the only one who went off exploring right off the bat. So as a tip, I would recommend progressing through the main storyline at the beginning to unlock things like the talent tree, flying, and Alohomora, the spell to get into unlocked areas and locked chests. That should only take you about 3 hours to get all that unlocked. The talent tree is nothing too crazy, but it offers a couple cool modifications to spells that can really alter the way you play, such as turning some spells into area effect abilities that really help with large groups of enemies and crowd control. So let's talk about some of these spells. You get 26 spells in total to unlock. Some just for utility purposes, others for battle, and then some that are useful for both. The way you unlock these spells isn't as simple as leveling up and having them become available. They become part of the story and your journey as a student. From taking classes to doing specific assignments from different professors, it really feels like you're learning things organically and in a thoughtful way. They absolutely nailed the immersion doing it this way. I now remember why and how I learned my new spells, and it feels super meaningful and really gives you the feeling that you're attending Hogwarts. An A+ for sure.
Yes!
Now onto some combat. There are a total of 16 spells that can be used in combat. And within the talent tree, you can unlock 3 tiers of spell slots, giving you an ability to toggle between a total of 16 spells in real time. That's a lot to manage, but with the great spell progression system that they have in place, this isn't as overwhelming as it sounds. At first, combat is straightforward enough. You cast a basic attack, you can dodge, block, and deflect enemy spells. At first glance, this feels more like an MMO style of console casting, just based on the amount of spells you have at your fingertips. You might try to find a rotation, but you'll find out some enemies are affected and managed better using the right spells and combinations. This makes for some incredibly fun, engaging combat. I'm currently playing on hard, so I can't speak for the speed and aggressiveness of lower difficulties at this moment. However, battles can get super wild and get pretty challenging. You'll always have to watch your back when you're fighting multiple enemies. But getting consistent combos, perfect deflects, and dodges all can reward you with ancient magic power. This is a meter that you fill up that allows you to cast super powerful, and in many cases, instant killing abilities. So it definitely pushes you to put up your best fight to see some wild spell casting. Now when I do my 100% completion review, I do plan to go into a little bit more detail on some other things, because I did leave some aspects out. But all in all, so far, this game sucked me in.
Tractor beam. Sucked me right in.
With its incredibly detailed and fantastic living world, at any turn, even in the dead of night, with no one roaming the castle, you'd be surprised how much this place comes to life.
I tell you this, they'll not appreciate your antics in Azkaban.
I'm going to do it.
You should, before the next century.
Quiet, please. We are making art.
So to answer this question, will it always be good? Yeah, I think it will. And I can't wait to 100% this bad boy and give you guys my final review. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy myself and experience everything this game has to offer. And for those that just started, I want to hear what your favorite parts of Hogwarts Legacy are so far. As always, thank you guys for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.